Hey Sofrito Lovers, this is Ben Ramos bringing you another mukbang from my palatial home here in the Northwest Bronx. The Bronx is the home of hip hop and salsa. I am bringing you a Chipotle burrito. Look at this massive burrito from Chipotle here in the Bronx. I am starving Marvin. Give me a second. I believe, first of all, it took them like an hour and a half to get here, so I'm starving. This is a carnitas burrito. White rice, pinto beans, fajita veggies, corn. I had them add everything. I'm starving. Okay, Chipotle burritos are not easy to eat. These things are big and fat. These bad boys are big and fat. Eventually, I'm gonna need a fork to eat it because it's gonna rip apart and become like a salad. I'm washing it down with some Coke Zero, and this time it is Coke Zero. Look, Coke Zero. I'm telling you people, I'm addicted to this soda. I am addicted to the soda. I'm gonna have some blood tests done in the next couple of weeks. You know, typical stuff for diabetics. They're gonna tell me that 70% of my blood is Coke Zero. I know it. So, Burrito lovers, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're eating something delicious for lunch. I am chilling out here. I am announcing a new project. I've kind of already engaged in this, but y'all know my window to the park behind my apartment is right here on this side of the screen. You can't see it. All that light coming there, that's the park. I have told you about the wild turkeys. I've told you about the people having sex. I've talked to you guys about like the big productions that take place there. You know, people bring their boom boxes, people bring their instruments. I'm calling it like the Parque Chronicles. Porque mi gente, this park is just live. It's just something is always happening there. And last night, swear to God, I'm starting this Chronicles series because it's like this park does not fail. Last night, I'm here, haven't been in the Bronx in a couple of days. And like I've said before, when I get bored with YouTube, when I get bored with DirecTV and Netflix, I just look outside because the park is always live. Last night, it was like a shanty town. It was like 1,000 people were outside in the park. Many not wearing masks and definitely not social distancing. I don't know what's up with people in the Bronx and people up in this neighborhood. Apparently they think everything is fine just because the numbers are looking good. People were outside, living their lives, lots of music. I'm looking outside. And this old grandmother. Okay, so I'm assuming she's in. See, look at this. I can barely hold the burrito because it's starting to fall apart. Last night, amongst the shanty town and live concerts taking place in the park behind my apartment, there was this big family having like a little bit of a barbecue, having fun. This older lady, which I can only assume is the grandmother of the family, was hollering and yelling and screaming because this baby had to be a baby. He had to be like 2 or 3 years old, baby. Okay. Was being mischievous and ruckus and bothering her. So something happens. She yells and screams at the baby. I think he was playing around too close to the barbecue and she was not happy about it. Yes, it was the grandmother, because at one point she yells in Spanish to her daughter, come get your child, that this kid is like going crazy. He's gonna burn himself on the barbecue. Well, he did something that upset grandma, and grandma chases the little boy, again, 2 or 3 years old. He was still in Pampers. He was a big, hefty kid, so I'm assuming 2 or 3 years old. Probably, yeah, 2 or 3 years old. So she starts chasing him with her chancla. A chancla is a sandal, but it's the word that Caribbeans use for sandal. But a chancla is more than just a chancla. It's a disciplinary tool. A lot of us that are Puerto Rican, Dominican, Cuban, we grew up with the chancla, you know, going upside our head, going across our face, across our butt. It was a disciplinary tool. It's footwear, but it's also a disciplinary tool. Many a day was I swatted with a chancla. And that's a great tradition going back thousands of years. So abuela, okay, this thing is falling apart. I'm just gonna eat it. It's becoming an open-faced burrito. Es que Chipotle's burritos are too big. They're huge and they fall apart. Okay, it's an open-faced burrito. We've transitioned. Oh, I got tapatio on that. A little bit of tapatio. Tapatio, not tapatillo. Yo le cambio el nombre cada vez que yo hablo de esto. Every time I talk about this thing, I change the name. Tapatio. Yes, tapatio. Okay, I'm all over the place in my story time. I'm sorry. The little kid does something. Grandma gets angry, so she starts chasing him in the park with her chancla, her sandal. And at one point, she gets too tired of chasing the 2-year-old. The 2-year-old or 3-year-old little boy, he thinks it's a game. Like, abuela's chasing me and it's fun. Meanwhile, abuela's yelling and screaming, maldito sea este niño que no oye. You know, she's like, God damn this kid, he doesn't listen. She throws the chancla at the little boy. Misses the boy completely. The little boy, thinking it must be a game, picks up the chancla and decides to run at her. And he throws the chancla at the abuela and hits the abuela like in the stomach or in the chest. Abuela is livid. Abuela gets hit in the with the chancla in her stomach or her lap or whatever. He's jumping up and down, having fun. Abuela is beyond angry, beyond her senses. And I'm watching all of this and I'm laughing because it's like, you know, it's ridiculous. This old ass woman chasing this young little boy. The little boy has no concept of what's happening. And, you know, he throws the chancla back at her because apparently he thinks it's a game. And abuela gets hit with the chancla and she's like, maldita sea este niño, hijo de la gran puta. You know, she's like, God damn this little boy, this little son of a bitch. I am standing at my window watching this whole hilarity take place. And I'm like, next mukbang, I gotta talk about this. Folks, I'm doing a series. I've been doing it in you know, unofficially telling you guys about what I see in the park. But now every single time a park craziness happens, I'm doing a mukbang the next day. She gets hit by the chancla. The little boy is jumping up and down clapping because apparently he thinks it's a game. Abuela is not happy. Abuela picks up the chancla and goes after him again. And then he starts running and laughing and playing. Her daughter is like, Mommy, déjalo quieto. Mommy, leave him alone. And she screams back at her in Spanish to like, you know, go grab your unruly kid. And that calls her a pendeja. Pendeja, ve busca tu hijo. Like, you know, pendeja means like stupid, boba. And she just starts yelling at her daughter. So now it's the daughter, the grandmother, and the kid. The kid all the while is running around having fun. The cutest little kid. And now abuela and the mother are arguing. And then abuela threatens to hit the mother with the chancla. And they, you know, I'm on the second floor, so I'm really not that high above them. And they're not that far away from me. So I can hear conversations and yelling and screaming kind of clearly. So I don't remember exactly how. I remember the kid starts running around, and then the daughter starts yelling at the mother, and the mother and the daughter are yelling, and there's a lot of profanity in Spanish. I'm telling you folks, this park does not fail. I'm wondering what's gonna happen tonight. What's gonna happen tonight? What concert? Okay, I ain't gonna lie. As much as I don't like them blasting music till all hours, last night, whoever that guy was, he was playing some classic, really good merengue. Like, I was a little bit like, oh, yeah, que merengue, que está bueno. I was like, yo, the DJ was on it last night. Hey, Sofrito Lovers, sorry, couple of technical glitches. As I was saying last night, the DJ in the park was spinning some amazing merengue. I was enjoying it. I was like, wow, the music tonight is actually pretty good. If I have to have like these concerts happen behind the park every night, at least the merengue está buenísimo. So officially / unofficially, I am going to be reporting back the shenanigans, the craziness, and the hilarity from my vantage point or right here in the park. It was just hilarious watching these people running around. And it's like, you know, it's a little boy, it's a little baby boy, 2 or 3 years old, no concept of what is happening. All he knows is that someone's playing with him, chasing him with a chancla, and that it's fun. Grandma was livid, and like I said, yelling and screaming at her daughter, and they eventually got out of like my point of view. I could not, from my perspective, I couldn't see, but they were nice and yelling for a while. Grandma yelling at the daughter, telling her to take care of her kid and keep her eye on the kid. Oh, and telling her to stop flirting with some other dude. And like it turned into a novela. They were yelling and screaming. You know, grandma was like, take care of your kid and stop flirting with that other. And she was like saying it really nice and loud. And I think the dude was still there. And she was like, Mommy, no hable de eso. Mommy, don't blow up my spot. It was hilarious. Wild turkeys, there have been fights. There have been people having sex in the park. This is the, right here, Washington's Walk. That's the name of this area. This park is called Washington's Walk. It does not fail to entertain. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. I get bored with YouTube, with Netflix, and what's on DirecTV, I just start looking outside. I mean, I can hear everything that goes on in that park. I hear conversations, I hear people laughing and screaming. You probably hear in the background right now, Mr. Softy is in the park right now selling his delicious cones. Ice cream, shakes, sundaes, everything. And there's a whole crowd of people. If I could just move you guys real quick, you would see the shanty town that's out there. There's people barbecuing. No music right now, but the music is coming tonight. Guys, this burrito is amazing. And the tapatio is banging. It is really helping. You know what? I told you guys, right? I'm not really big into hot sauce, but this is the hot sauce that my father-in-law uses. My father-in-law, dad will put tapatio on everything. Like, he loves hot sauce. I thought he used to like the Yucatan one or Yucataqueño, something like that. But last time I was in California in January with David, my father-in-law, dad was into tapatio. And I decided to taste it, and I love it. It's really good. Oh my God, I haven't noticed. I've been spilling food all over the place. Oh, and you know what? It's going really good with this Chipotle. I'm calling it the Parque Chronicles. Parque is Spanish for park. The Parque Chronicles. Every time it's hood out there, and every time it's loud and something interesting happens, I'm gonna make sure to observe it and report it back to my Sofrito. I don't want to get too preachy, but I am kind of worried. People out there, no social distancing. I didn't see a mask on anyone's face. And there were a lot of people there, sitting amongst themselves. You know what, with family, if you live with family, I get it. But you're outside in public with lots of other people that you don't know around you. Some people in New York City and in the Bronx are acting like everything is okay. It's not. It's not. Didn't see a mask or gloves on anyone last night. And I get it. It's hot in New York. People want to be outside getting some cool breeze. Behind the park and right next to the park, I live behind the park. Next to the park is the Jerome Park, not the Jerome Park, the Washington Walks Reservoir. I live near a reservoir, huge body of water. It's been full of water for months now. Usually it's not. It's usually dry. So there's a great breeze that's generated. So you can be in that park and it can be really refreshing. Really cool and refreshing and a lot of wind. Bodies of water have this tendency of creating, drafts, cool drafts. But lots of people, I was looking outside and one of the first things, I hate to be on patrol, but I'm looking for masks and gloves, and that was not what was happening last night. It was a big old merengue concert and the grandmother chasing the little boy, which was hilarious, but not a mask, not a glove in sight. I know I'm preaching a lot. I'm sorry. I just I'm hoping that New York doesn't have a second wave. Okay. So, Sofrito Lovers, I am now eating a burrito platter, which I am going to finish off camera. I hope to bring you more Parque Chronicles stories of the insanity that takes place in Washington Walk Park right behind me. It does not fail to deliver. So, Sofrito Lovers, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. What do you think of this new series? What others... Are you pro the series? You want to hear more about the shenanigans in the park? Let me know. Like, subscribe, for it out. Sofrito Lovers, stay home or cook and taste for yourself that way. Have some culinary adventures at home. When you go out, wear that mask, wear those gloves.